Hello, good morning, Borida, good morning, hello, guten Tag, guten Morgen, etc., etc. Truly multilingual today. So here we are. We're back on Empires and Puzzles once again. Back with my base, back with the little wavy men who never do anything useful. There is the new upgrade to the stronghold is in the pipeline. So my stronghold will soon be a level 21 stronghold, hopefully. Although I rather foolishly spent all my iron over the last couple of days, so I'm going to have to make sure I save up some iron. But there we go. The main reason of this video is just having a quick look at the event quests, the challenge events, sorry. This one, Riddles of Wonderland, 1 day, 10 hours to go. I'll just quickly show you where we are so far and explain what I'm doing. So on rare, I'm currently 41st. Should keep me in the top 100, I hope. This is my scorecard. You can see basically all the scores consecutively go up, which is always a good sign. 30,000 on the first one, I'm very pleased with. That's probably the highest I've ever got for mission 1. The rest are okay. I've given up trying to improve them for now. The reward, if I show you the leaderboard, to get into the top 10, I would need another about 30,000 points, which is unlikely to happen. That would mean a lot of improvements everywhere. So I'm pretty much just going to go, you know what, I don't think I can do it. And I think I'm safely not going to drop out of the top 100, so I will claim this tier of loot. So I may as well get this tier of loot. I think realistically the top 10 tier is not going to happen. Legendary is the one I always do the same thing on Legendary, which is aim for the top 5,000. There's no way I'm going to get into the top 100. I just don't have the specialist heroes to do it compared to some other people. Top 300 seems very, very unlikely. So I'm aiming for this tier, which I'm currently on. I should safely stay in the top 5,000, I would have thought now. I may just need to keep a slight eye on it, but I'm not too concerned, which will at least get me the 3 world energy flasks, which are worth having. The other bits are, handy. I mean, bombs and healing potions, but they're not amazing. The one I'm really working on at the moment is Epic. I'm currently 933rd on Epic, which means I'm in this top 1500 bracket. My ambition was to aim for the top 100. I think it is unlikely, but I'm going to try for it. I've still got 2 missions to improve, and if I can improve my score significantly on them, it could happen. It does seem a bit unlikely. So as you can see on my scores, I've got 40,000, 44, 46, 50, 55, 57, 58, 67, and then I drop. I go 63 and 65. And that's sort of a fairly clear sign that the last 2 levels need to be improved. Your scores should go up consecutively. You can always score more on the level after the next one. So if you've got, level 8 should not have a higher score than level 9. It means level 9 needs to be fixed, basically. So level 9 and level 10 are the 2 that I'm working on. Level 10 as well should be roughly 15 to 20,000 higher than all your other levels because it's got the most bosses, so you can earn the most points. I'm going to have a look at level 9 at the moment. Now you'll see my team. It really is all or nothing if you are doing a challenge event and trying to get a top score. So I've got Wukong, obviously he's the main booster there. Bold Tusk, 2, and then basically a team of reds. So I've got 4 reds and 1 yellow. There is no in my experience, to get a really high score, there's no other way of doing it. It does mean quite often I will get quite a low score because I won't get the reds. It will take me a long time to get through a level. You need the screen to be on your side and everything else. So color stacking here is the way, I'm afraid, if you want a really high score. And that means you need lots of leveled up heroes and everything else, because you don't want to end up taking 3 stars or unleveled 4 stars or whatever. So it is very difficult. If you are trying to complete a mission, you want different battle items as well. So say you're struggling, you probably want antidotes and things like that. But as this is all about speed, I have battle items which will give me that speed. So I've got bear banners for the attack boost. I'll talk about them in a sec. Mana potions, obviously boosting mana, get mana pumped up for whoever needs it. Bombs and axes, which can basically allow me to skip a level or nearly wipe out the bosses before everything else happens. So that is my team and my tactics. Go for the highest troops I can, although I haven't got great level 3 troops. I'm going to hit fight. So here we go. 7 world energy. First thing I'm going to do is I have a quick look at the screen. Always worth having a good look at the screen. Now, even though I tend to save my battle items, I'm currently, what I've found has worked quite well this tournament, is to use either a bear banner or a unicorn banner right at the start, just to get make sure that if I get a suddenly promising opening move, that I've already made a quick start to the level. That is to me, that's really important, because then if the screen that you, because I'm on the sort of higher end levels, you've got to keep moving. You've got to go really quick. If things go against you all of a sudden, uh, if the screen suddenly becomes awesome and you need an awesome screen with loads, I mean, for me, it's got to be loads and loads of reds on it, then I need to be ready to go. And I don't want to have made a slow start because the screen didn't look great to begin with. The screens can change very, very quickly, as I expect most of us can appreciate. So here we go. So the first wave is done. Now, having done the first wave in a minute, I know that I'm not going to be pushing to finish on this one. I'm going to carry. Am I going to carry on? No, screen's going to lag. I'm going to carry on for now because, well, I may as well. Now, some players, well, quite a lot of players, I think, the ones who really go for the top scores, if they have a screen like this and a minute is gone, then basically they go, right, that's it, just hit flee and start again. The only reason I'm not doing that really is because I want is I'm trying to fill up my monster's chest. And I always quite like getting the extra little bit of loot you get for it. But some players do just skip if they know that this is not going to be their high score. I know this won't beat my current high score for this level. So that's your options, really. You either carry on or flee. I've decided to carry on, as I said. Just to sort of show you, I'm not going to be using any more battle items because there's no point. Battle items are what you run out of fairly quickly. The bosses here, not too horrific. I make sure Wilbur goes off before Wukong. That's quite important because you don't want Wilbur's special attack and miss. I may as well. I want their shields down, really. I would expect to be able to beat these two because I've beaten them quite a few times now. I know my team can do it as long as the board doesn't go horrifically wrong. I've got a healer in there. Healers can be quite useful on a challenge event because you do get a healing bonus as well. Few small combo there. Alice is going off. Oh, Wukong's dead. That's not such good news, but there we go. Cheshire Cat. I might just hit flee in a second. This isn't going terribly well, and I'm not sure if I'm going to actually beat them today. Well, who knows? Let's see. I guess carry on for the sake of it. So you can see that even though the score is quite low, it's not going to be a high score. I'm not wasting any battle items. You can keep going. You may not win, you may do. Normally, I must admit, I do sort of find that I beat these guys, but maybe not today. They're not the best colours for the bosses, obviously, because it would be better to have... Oh, I did them in the wrong order. That's Cheshire Cat's messed up my mind. It's better to have your... what do you call it? Your booster go off before your weakeners and whatever else, like I did wrong there. So I should have done Bold. The order should have gone Bold Tusk, Gourmet, Wilbur, or Wilbur first. It doesn't matter too much on those ones. I actually do need to check whether they do the same amount of shield down, because they won't stack. I know that. Yeah, so here we go. It's just me versus Alice. Alice. Anyway, boom, there we go. This is taking 4 minutes. Now, this is kind of an indication of quite how long it can take if you do go down this route and things don't go your way. I may still lose it. I haven't used any battle items since that bear banner I used at the start. Could just do with a few more reds, but you can see this would not be a screen to try and bank, as it were. One of the ones to really try and desperately finish, just because it is not happening. Still hitting with reds. Obviously, reds are weak against blue, but the majority of mobs on these levels are green or red. So it makes sense to take reds to be strongest against the mobs to get through to the bosses really quickly. I was about to say one of them can finish off, but they're not. Oh, there we go. So that took 4 minutes 4 minutes 59 seconds, which is awful. And you'll see that reflected in the score. There we are, 44353. So that's a lot lower than the score I already got. I do get 6 recruits and a Derek out of it, though, which is kind of why I vaguely bothered doing it. I might skip the next one just because if it doesn't go well, you don't need to see that. I'll do this 3 times and we'll see if we get a decent score. Probably not, but who knows. So I'm going to hit fight, as I say again. Here we go. straight in with the dramatic music. Right, so this one I can see straight away got a yellow 5 in a row at the bottom. So as I said, I've done the boost. It's quite nice. I'm going to fire off the yellow gem using the red face. There we go. Creates a nice couple of nice little holes in their team. I can see there's a blue gem has just appeared as well, which is quite handy. The blue gem there, that will do me nicely. Let's see, hopefully that will nearly finish off this little green bear here. And this will finish him off. So you can see 37 seconds I'm through the first wave, which is a much better time for what I am looking at. I'm going to go for the red 4 in a row. This is okay. I'm still really looking for that sort of the crucial things tend to be a red gem like that one, with plenty of red tiles on the screen, can make quite the difference. I'm reluctant. Oh, this is one of these. This is one of these ones where I'm thinking, do I really push for it, or is it a false hope? I wish I could say for certain. The red gem's gone anyway, which is sometimes the most. Yeah, no, I don't think this isn't going to be a bad score, but I messed up my order there completely. But it's not going to be a game changing score changing score. So it would carry on. You can see that if I kept going, it would be a reasonable score. It would be quicker than my last one, but I'm going to hit fleet because I don't want to waste a lot more time on that one. So I'm going to come back to it now. Let's try again. Now that was a good screen, promising start and everything else. Just didn't quite pay off there. On this one, because I can't see an opening move that is going to do very much, I'm not going to use my bear banner yet. Like I said, I do like to have a bear banner ready. Oh, green gem. Off-color gems, the gems are the colors that are not going to do me much good, can be useful. They can make a big difference because if you just trigger a huge combo, sometimes that will be enough to sort of set you up for the whole mission. I think on this case, it's not going to happen. There we are. So it's pretty, dearie me, let's see, pretty slow going into this one. The gem is there again, another off-color gem. The best ones you want really are two gems of your on-color. Now, as I say, I went with red. You could get with a different color. There's an argument for going with green on this one. If all the mobs are green, then you know green is equal to the mobs, and you're stronger against Alice at the end. You could go either way really. All the mobs, yeah. So you know, green. This one would be one to me. You either want to stack green, or red, possibly yellow even. But you know, I've gone with red just to get through the mobs. Most of the time on the bosses, I throw everything at them if I think it's going to beat them. Anyway, I'm not going to go any further here because that's not going to beat my high score. The score is really the key. Here we go. Let's go again. I can see a small combo I can trigger here. It might turn into a bigger combo. It's always hard to say. Combo 5, combo 6. Combos can be really useful. Really just sort of boosting your attack power. It also, I believe it affects your match bonus you get at the end on your score. Let's see. Should I fire? Yeah, I might as well fire off Wukong here. 28. I always look to try and be through the first wave in about 30 seconds. It doesn't always happen, but you know, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. I've got that red gem, which is good news. Let's see if we can hit them. That guy, oh, he's just refusing to die, which is quite annoying. Oh, everything misses. I hate it when Wukong does this. See, this would have been quite a good speedy first wave if Wukong hadn't made all my red tiles miss that flamingo. Literally, this flamingo is like just indestructible. And now it's a minute up, so it's probably not going to be one to take any further. Let's just see how this goes. It might be if the screen just suddenly turns awesome, I will keep going. Through that way very quickly. Maybe. So what I'm going to do, because I've decided to go for it, just chuck everything at these two guys here. Boom, 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 boom. Chucked everything at them, including the kitchen sink. I'm going to want Wilbur to go off. Come on, Wilbur. There we go. Hopefully Wilbur will hit them. It'd be a pain if he doesn't. Oh, he's hit one of them. Well, that's a start, I suppose. Boom. I'm going to want this fired off. Give me some combos into Alice. Now, Alice's special attack is going to go off, which is never good news. Special attacks of the bosses going off often means that it's over, basically. Still, there we go. And we are finished. 2 minutes and 2 minutes 7 seconds. Not bad. I give me a new high score, 64632. So that'll push me up the leaderboard a little bit. But you can see it's still quite a lot lower than my score on number 8. So it's not going to be sufficient to keep going. I'm going to use my refill here. Probably going to be the last refill I'll use on this tournament because I like to keep a couple spare. The refills actually all come from the previous tournament, or nearly all come from the previous tournament, because that's the only place I really pick up tons of refills. I'm thinking at the moment, because I'm not that likely to get into the top 100 on Epic, that I will probably not be using any more refills after this one unless things change quite dramatically, and I don't think they will, unfortunately. Yes, but anyway, that kind of gives you the principle of the high scores. Just repeatedly, you do need a lot of luck. You need a good screen. You need to, when you get a good screen, you've got to go for it. You could see there, okay, it wasn't, like, as I say, it wasn't an amazing score, but you could see how the battle items really just let me, smash the bosses before I even hit them with any sort of normal attacks. And that's really the key to getting speed. You can use the bosses, you can use the special attacks on the mob phase to get, basically, if I wanted to, I could skip this wave of mobs by blowing them up with the bombs and the axes. I don't have to. I find on the sort of later phases of the challenge events, like when I say the later phases, I mean sort of after stage 5, when you start getting 2 bosses, that it's often better to do it this way around. Not always, it could be either way. Oh, that wasn't even what I meant to do. Still, never mind. Not worth firing off that yellow gem because there's no yellows on the screen. Yeah, this is going to be... There we go. I did keep going there because I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen. The cat is dead, which is quite nice. I can't see Alice dying on the next hit, though. Although the combo's rolling up. Well, maybe if I go for it, no, it's going to be, the time here is going to be slow. It's a shame if I'd got this start earlier on, I probably could have taken this one on, but it just, that big combo there at the end was the lifesaver, and it came just that little bit too late, unfortunately. And that's the trouble with carrying on playing, is sometimes the screen goes really good, but by that point you already haven't got, you've spent too much time on it. No, Alice, no. There we go. So yes, so there we go. Once again, this one I may as well finish Alice off because it won't take too much to finish her off now. There we go. Alice is finished off. 2 minutes 42. 2 minutes 42. So a bit slower. Won't get me a high score, but 62,345. So it was basically what I had the first time out. So not a bad score at all. Considering I didn't use any battle items. If I'd used them, maybe I could have just, skipped a bit, just skipped an element to it. Now this one, I've straight away, I can see that I've got a red gem in the top corner. So for a change, I'm going to actually activate Wukong at the start, so that I may as well try and... see, that's the trouble with activating Wukong. Sometimes he does backfire on you. That really backfired on me, because Wukong meant that everybody missed. I'm going to hope that these guys don't miss. Oh, there we go. Carry on missing. What pain. Yes, so Wukong is such a double-edged sword, and that's, this is where I say, you are looking all or nothing. Wukong is brilliant for all or nothing, because sometimes you do get nothing, and sometimes he just wipes out everyone in one go. The beauty of the gambler's stance. Not But that did not do me any favours there, because now it's like a minute up and I'm still not through the first wave. And that was an awful move as well. That was my mistake. There we go. First wave failed, I think. Let's just see, just in case anything incredible happens on this wave. No, I think that's going to be that. I'm going to give up there. Too much time going on that one. Next one, you'll see that I'm basically doing the same thing over and over and over again. And that's kind of what you have to do on challenge events. Sometimes you have to play levels far too many times, or it feels that way, to get that decent, to get a really top score. It is not easy. I suppose if it was easy, it wouldn't be called a challenge event. But there we go. Yeah, not bad starting screen. 18 seconds gone. Couple of gems there. Let's fire off this purple gem. I'm still hoping for a sort of big red combo, really. Red combos tend to be crucial, as I've sort of mentioned before. Oh, look at that, pretty two blue gems together. Oh, nice. Yes, this should then link them together. The beauty of Wilbur there meant I only had to hit one of them. Boom, let's weaken him. I may not hit him again. Let's see. A bit of luck here is needed if it's going to go much further. Is this going to trigger a yellow? No, it's not going to get me a yellow gem. I was hoping for a yellow gem there, as I thought, mumble away to myself. No, go. Wilbur and the boss. Bold Task. No, this is another one of these ones which is going to be an okay score if I carry it through. It's not going to be a tip-top score. Let's fire off this gem here. Boom. Boom. There we go. So you can see that it can get very frustrating. It's not like horrific, this screen. You know, I could do it in a reasonable time. Probably not going to be a game changer, though. A score changer, which is what I'm looking for. There we go. And Wukong, they're missing everything. Very frustrating when you get tons of misses with Wukong. He can make such a big difference, but if it goes wrong, it just really holds you back. But as I say, challenge events are very much all or nothing. So here we go again, same sort of thing. Firing reds, not looking too promising at the moment, but there's no telling. Screens can change so quickly, and that's why I'm not a big fan of the approach some players take in like giving up in the first 20 seconds. I do sort of try and hang on a little bit longer, because I've known it sort of suddenly turn around and you have an awesome screen and wipe out everything in the next 10 seconds. That is not going to happen here. Look at that. When the screen goes all green and blue, you kind of green, blue, and purple. No, I think that one's a no hope. I'm going to just flee on that one now. That leaves me 2 more attempts, and then I'm going to call it a day on this one. And I will have improved my score by 2,000, which, you know, is handy, I guess, but it's not. It's nowhere near what I need to improve my score by. And that's the frustrating thing with challenge events. You do eat through world energy. Now, some players, obviously, who spend more money on the game can go out and buy the world energy flasks and whatever. I tend not to buy world energy flasks. I don't use my gems on it. I don't think I've ever bought a world energy flask with gems. I may do at some point, particularly with Atlantis Rising coming up. It's worth having those extra gems, the extra world energy there to recuperate all the battle items that I've spent doing this challenge event. So it's kind of a cyclical thing. 44 seconds. No, this isn't going anywhere, I'm afraid. So back we go. And I think then this is going to be my last attempt. If I can just get a little drum roll. That's a rubbish drum roll, but never mind. Okay, final go before I call it a day on this level for now, because as I say, I don't want to waste any more world energy on what is beginning to seem fairly hopeless. I think, you know, I'm not disheartened totally. Top 1,500 or top 1,000 or whatever I'll end up being is good enough, really, that I'll get the extra loot. It would be nice to get into the top 100, and sometimes it does feel sort of tantalizingly close. Today isn't actually going to be one of those times. I will continue to try and improve my score, but I will be just waiting for the world energy to recharge on its own um, rather than spending another flask on it. Sometimes it just happens. So sometimes you haven't played the game for an hour, a few hours, and you'll get onto it, and it will just suddenly go bing, and you have this beautiful screen, and everything is perfect. Um, it doesn't always happen. It does happen sometimes. Anyway, that's kind of the basic principles of winning on challenge events, which, as I say, it is very all or nothing. I've never known anybody who can win. Um, I've never seen a video of anybody winning every time without doing a lot of replaying levels. And normally they are very color stacked. Um, it does mean that you are very reliant on getting a good screen. If you don't get the good screen, you just end up not scoring very highly. Sometimes it takes ages. There's no real shortcuts. Now, see, if that had triggered a huge red combo, I would probably be just trying to finish this one off. But it hasn't. Not again, not an awful screen, but definitely not this screen that I need to get me to the end. There we go. So I think that I will sign off there, as there is little else going on. There's no real hope, unfortunately, of me getting into getting that final wave of success, because this is my last go anyway. You can see quite how much world energy you can burn through when it doesn't go to plan. I think that is important, that you see that as well. I started this raid tournament with, I think it was 12 world energy flasks. So I've probably used more than 10, because you gain some as you go along as well. And still just not quite getting to where I want to be. I accept though that my 4-stars are probably not as strong as some of the other 4-stars you'll see in the game. There are heroes like Guardian Falcon and Guardian Jackal who make quite a big difference. So if you've got them, they're very worth taking, because they can really boost the damage for all your red tiles. What's next? Wukong, not always a plus, as he's not been today. He's let me down on quite a few occasions. And yes, that really is the main principles. I will be continuing to sort of try and improve my score throughout today and tomorrow when I have world energy to spare. But basically, I'm not optimistic of getting too much better. I will probably end up, if I end up having to do the last level my score is very low, and I might just basically have a go, and whether the screen's amazing or not, I will just throw battle items at it to try and get through it really quickly and at least improve my score there to sort of keep me safely in the top 1500. Rare, still 41st, which is good. Legendary dropped down a couple of places, but not too concerned. Oh, tournament results. Oh, top 5%. Oh, that's nice. There you go. Arrow attack, 7 tokens, clerical emblems. Bit of a random selection of loot, isn't it? There we go. That's my loot from the tournament just come in there. So that was quite handy. Anyway, so that is everything. It has been emotional, as always. It is time for me to sign off and say peace out. Like I say, just keep persevering with it, and you never know what will happen. Farmer Ben signing out. May death come swiftly to your enemies. No, go away. Just flash off, I don't want you. Au revoir.